I was sitting back and I was watching this match and I was thinking to myself, this is the Seth Rollins that I want to see. This is a Seth Rollins that's supremely confident in his abilities in the ring. He can get into the ring and he can go toe-to-toe with the best of the best. That's the Seth Rollins that we saw at the Royal Rumble in the match with John Cena and also Brock Lesnar. And we got a return of this Seth Rollins. But I was also thinking in my head, why doesn't WWE see the fact that the storyline that you tell leading into a match and the match itself, they go hand in hand as a complete friggin' story? For all of the people who are wondering what I wanted from Seth Rollins, that is what the fuck I wanted from Seth Rollins in that match. But I needed him to take the action. I needed him to take the sense of urgency that he had in that match. And I also have to give props to the announcers because they did a great job of setting the stage for the story that was told in John Cena versus Seth Rollins. They talked about that sense of urgency that Seth Rollins had. They talked about Seth Rollins having a chip on his shoulder and acting as if he had something to prove. That's what I wanted to see from Seth Rollins. I wanted to see him take the action that he had in the match tonight and communicate that verbally over the past few weeks leading into this match. But he was the same delusional, idiot asshole that he has been for the last few months. Incompetent, delusional, idiot asshole where he can't even wipe his own ass without getting a pep talk from Triple H first. I was glad to see that Seth Rollins had taken a back seat, even though that's not the Seth Rollins that we saw in promos. But we finally got the Seth Rollins who got into the ring, and this guy was like, damn it, this guy is trying to outshine me with the lower tier championship. I need to pull out every single thing out of the bag to defeat John Cena and establish my dominance over WWE. Establish the fact that I'm the number one guy in this company. And when he pulled out every single thing that he had in his arsenal, still at the end of the damn day, he couldn't even get the job done. We had to bring in a fucking celebrity just to have Seth Rollins win. And people sit there and they say Seth Rollins is great. And I know JBL is going to do the same bullshit that he did already. What did Seth Rollins have to do with that? What did Seth Rollins have to do? Did he orchestrate the attack on John Cena? Did he put that together in his own mind? I wouldn't believe so, because so much shit has happened with Seth Rollins. It didn't have anything to do with his strategy, doesn't have anything to do with his intelligence, doesn't have anything to do with his character at all. And I sit here and I feel deflated. I feel empty because I watch this match and I know how great Seth Rollins is in the ring. And it pains me every single time I have to say his character is pure dog shit, because I see how great he is in the ring, but I also see how WWE's dumbass booking invalidates his in-ring ability. You could sit there and you could have had the exact same match that we had Seth Rollins versus Brock Lesnar, where he got tossed around the fucking ring for 99% of the match and then the bullshit ending. You could have done that exact same thing in this match and had the exact same finish here, because what he did in the ring did not matter at all. You just have somebody jump into the ring, hit John Cena with a chair, pedigree him on the chair, and then that's where you get the win. It really pisses me off seeing what Seth Rollins has become in WWE, and it pisses me off the fact that I have to sit here and say that I didn't want to see him win the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. I didn't want to see him win the United States Champion. Now we have a weak-ass guy who's standing as a dual champion right now in WWE. And I understand the thing about not wanting it to be the same old with John Cena, but where does something good come into play? Like, I'm not going to sit here and say, I want Seth Rollins to keep the championship because he's new. He's fresh. He's never won a WWE World Heavyweight Championship before. This is his first reign, and I want to give the championship to him, and I want him to keep the championship because that's new. Like, I'm not going to sacrifice something good just to see something new, because if the something new ain't good, then damn it, I got a problem. And it's not even just that it's not good, it's bad. It's fucking terrible. The same character that Seth Rollins is playing right now, anybody on the fucking roster can play it. We even saw The Miz play this fucking character when he was a WWE World Heavyweight Champion. But we have someone who's supremely talented as Seth Rollins playing a character where the talent that he possesses doesn't fucking matter. It's inconsequential. It does not matter to the result of the matches. And that pisses me off.
Now, how would you feel if Rollins had won this match clean as a whistle, 1, 2, 3? I know that the chances of that were not high, but what would your reaction be if Rollins had won clean?
See, I think that, I don't even think, I know that it would have been a much better feeling than I have right now. Like, that was the one thing that I wanted from this match. And I posted on Twitter, like, I want John Cena to win, but I'm just hoping for a clean win. And I got somebody who responds to me like, oh, you want a clean win. That's so cute. But that was too much to expect from this match and too much to expect from WWE and the dark cloud of bullshit that follows around the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. But here's the thing. I always looked at this storyline literally from the very first second that John Cena's music hit and he came out and he challenged Seth Rollins. I was like, this is going to be Seth Rollins' ticket back to legitimacy. He's going to use John Cena to get emboldened. Like I was talking about earlier, he's going to say, this dude is encroaching on my territory and it's about time I let him know what the fuck is what. I'm not just the future of WWE, I'm the present. I'm the number one guy, and that championship right there says I'm the number one guy, and I'm going to go out there and fight like I'm the number one guy, and I'm going to kick your ass. So if that's a story that I saw initially, I would have been perfectly fine. I would have been fine if Seth Rollins got in there and beat John Cena. Maybe maybe it's like a hindsight is 2020 type thing, and maybe if he actually did, I would have complained about it, but there's no way in hell I would feel as much rage as I do right now if he had actually got in there with the performance that he delivered at SummerSlam and beat John Cena. I would have been fine with that.
Because his performance, no question, was good enough to have beaten John Cena. Like, he performed as well as anybody you could ever ask anybody to perform. I thought Seth Rollins, well, like I said, he was a shining bright star in that match. Absolutely great performance from that guy. But what bothers me, I think, the most is that we can't have a clean finish even at SummerSlam. Like, even at big events, you can't have clean finishes. And I understand that at WrestleMania, there wasn't a clean finish, but the way that that was executed was better because it was a Money in the Bank briefcase cash-in, and there was no celebrity involvement or anybody else. They didn't have to have some third party come in, and you know what I mean? So Seth Rollins went out there by himself, cashed in his briefcase, middle of the world title match. You didn't expect it, and it happened, and it was awesome. Things like that are cool. You can have non-clean finishes, and it can work. I wouldn't have even minded if Seth Rollins used a heel tactic to beat John Cena here in this match.
Yes, and that's my thing, because, yeah, exactly. That is the key phrase right there, on his own. That is what I'm asking for from Seth Rollins. I'm asking for him to do some shit on his own. I'm tired of being lied to every time some shit happens by chance or by luck. For example, a few months ago when the Authority, when they orchestrated the attack on Brock Lesnar, that had absolutely nothing whatsoever to do with Seth Rollins. That was not Seth Rollins doing shit. If anything, Kane was the one calling the shots in that situation. Then you had what happened at Battleground. That didn't have shit to do with Seth Rollins. That was Undertaker interfering. I want Seth Rollins to do something on his own. And I saw somebody post in the chat, well, I didn't have any problems with the ending of the match because, remember, Seth Rollins is a heel. I get it. I have been watching wrestling for 16 years. I know what a heel is. I get it. I want Seth Rollins to do something on his own. If you want me to believe that this guy is a damn architect, that he's so smart, he's intelligent in the way that he utilizes his strategy, he's telling the story that he used the Shield to make his way to the top of WWE, and then he turned on them when it was convenient for him, did all of this shit. Like, what I want to see from Seth Rollins, I want to see you win a match on your fucking own. It doesn't even necessarily have to be a clean victory. Do something on your own. Let the story that they are attempting to tell us match with the character in the match.
Yeah, exactly. Because, the story that we have is that Seth Rollins has no J&J and no Kane, nobody to turn to, nobody to go to. Triple H and Stephanie telling him he has to, get this job done. And he still doesn't get the job done. Last month at Battleground, you have Undertaker, again, by luck, by chance, Undertaker happens to want to get his revenge on Brock Lesnar, so Rollins hangs on to the belt. And now here tonight, you have Jon Stewart in the building, and he just happens to decide that he wants to love the guy that he was feuding with earlier in the year and, hit Cena with the chair. So what was otherwise an amazing match got seriously hurt by this finish, seriously hurt. And I think that was something that those who, have disagreed with us over the course of time, because you and I have always been on the same page. I know Steven has had a different opinion, and it would be good to have him here to kind of get everybody's overall rounded out opinion on this whole thing. But the reason why Seth Rollins' title run can't be taken seriously is because he can't do anything on his own. There have always been good heels who have been able to use heel tactics to win matches, but yet they've done it on their own accord. This is the architect. He should be able to go out there and pull out all the stops and have his own heel tactics to win. He shouldn't need Jon Stewart to hit a guy in the stomach with a chair, weekly, I might add. that's where the problem lies with this whole thing. And it's too bad because, again, John Cena isn't the problem, and that, isn't what I was saying before anyway. What I was saying was if John Cena had won, it would have been the same old. But this type of finish is even worse, in all honesty. This is the worst thing you could have really gotten out of it. But, again, I cannot discount the fact that, and you may, Jay, but I do not discount the fact that this match was excellent beforehand, and it does deserve credit for being a great match, but the finish severely hurts it. That's really the overall, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, I'm not going to discount that either. That makes the whole damn situation worse, because I feel like Charlie Brown and fucking Lucy with the football. Like, here, oh, Jay, this is what you wanted? Psych!